Hi guys, thank you so much for joining me again. Today we are going to do a full body workout using the circle. I've had a little bit of a break, but I'm back and I'm ready to get stuck in with a really challenging full body workout today. Just place the circle down to begin with. We're going to start with a standing warm up inside the well. So you're going to need one medium spring. That's going to be one red for me. On the align, I'm going to come and stand inside the well facing the foot bar. I'm going to take my feet towards the back of the frame. I'm going to bend into my knees. I'm going to take my hands onto the shoulder rest, and all I'm going to do is roll the carriage in and out, in and out. I'm keeping my neutral spine. I'm going to maintain the same position, just bending into the knees. If you need more range, feel free to take the feet further towards the back of the frame here. As you bend into the knees, just rowing the carriage towards you and then taking it out towards the stopper. In and out. In, the elbows coming nice and tight towards the body. And then back out. Try and keep the weight through your heels here. In and out for two more. Lovely. Allow the carriage to go all the way back to the stopper. Keep the hands onto the shoulder rest. You're going to roll the chest forward. Take your high plank. Again, if you need the feet to be further back. As you keep the toes down, lift through the heel and find that correct position. You're going to take your right knee in towards the headrest and you're going to twist to the left, back to the center. Take that foot back onto the floor. Your left knee is going to come in. You're going to add your twist to the right, back to the center. Take that foot back to the floor. In with your right knee again, twist to the left, to the middle, and back, and just keep alternating here as you twist to each side. Last two. And take that foot back, rolling all the way up nice and tall. We're going to step about halfway between the end of the carriage and the end of the frame here. You're going to leave your left foot on the floor. Your right heel is going to come and hook onto that shoulder rest. Try and level the hips off here. We're keeping everything really square in the body. Towards the center, all we're going to do is bend into that leg and extend it. Just bending and extending. If this is causing pressure for your left knee, feel free to add a soft bend into that left knee. You don't need to lock it. In and out. See if you can keep the carriage coming really nice and close as you bend into that body. Again, if you need more range, take that left foot further back. You can just shuffle on towards the back here. Good. Four more like this. And then we're going to pick up the pace a little bit. We're going to pulse our leg now. So we're just going to bend that knee and hold the bend here as you pulse in and out. Can you then take your arms into your T? Bit of an extra balance challenge here. Hold the arms out nice and straight. We're going to start to draw circles now. As we pulse the leg, we're going to draw some circles with the arms and then take them back. Circle them around the other way. For 3, for 2, and 1. Close the carriage. Allow it to go all the way back. As you swap the legs over here, just shake the hips a little bit here. Your right foot's now going to stay on the floor. Your left heel is going to hook now onto that shoulder rest. Level everything off. And then you're just going to bend and extend into that left leg. In and out again. In and out. See if we can get the carriage to come a little bit closer towards our right leg without sinking into that right hip. We're going to try and keep everything really level here. In and out. 3 more before we add our pulses. And then when you're ready, you're going to pulse in and out, holding that bend into your leg. Hold the arms out into your T. You're going to start to draw circles now. For 4, for 3, 2, 1. Circle around the other way now. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Close the carriage all the way back to the stopper now. Come and shake the legs out a little bit here. We're going to add on some heavy springs. So we're going to add on the green and then take a blue. So take a medium and heavy spring. Leave your red, just add on one green and one blue. So on your reformer, if you don't have an align, that the equivalent will be one medium, one heavy, and one light spring. You're going to come and lie on your back. The lovely circle is going to go directly over the chest. So you're going to come and lie onto your back, not too close to the shoulder rest. Before we go into our footwork, just going to activate the core a little bit. Come and lie on your back. Find your completely imprinted spine now. Lengthen your left leg up towards the sky. Your right leg's going to join it. Hold the arms out nice and long. Keep the circle tracking directly over the chest here. Take a nice deep inhale. As you exhale, can you lower that leg down towards the foot bar? Lift it back up. Doesn't matter which leg you lead with. Just keep alternating which leg lowers and lifts. Keep working with your breathing here. For 6, for 5, for 4, last 3. Try not to lose that imprint. The back wants to lift. We're not going to allow it. Last one, and relax. Take your heels hip distance apart, or a little bit wider than hip distance apart, so that we can place the circle in between our knees here comfortably. And then flex your feet, keep the arms lengthened. Try and keep the circle completely parallel towards the ceiling. Again, draw a nice deep inhale. As you exhale, you're going to open the carriage. Bend into the knees to return. And then out again. Try and keep the feet fixed here. Heels are fixed into the foot bar. Keep the toes pointing up. All the way out and in. Keep working with the breathing. Inhaling as you bring the carriage back. Exhaling as you open. 4 more. And you'll see that I'm not totally locking the knees here with the circle. I'm keeping them soft, keeping the feet flexed. Last 2. And then after this next one, I'm going to bring the carriage halfway back in. I'm going to keep the carriage really still now as I just squeeze in and release. In and release. Get that inner thigh burner. Going to be the theme of our class today. For 5, for 4, 3, 2, and 1. All the way out. Keep that tension, keep that squeeze, and release. Bring the carriage in. Lovely. The circle's going to stay where it is. The ball of the foot is now going to be onto the foot bar. So if you need to adjust that circle to make it a little bit more comfortable, then please do. We're going to do the same thing now. Take the legs out nice and long, and then back in to return. Keep that light tension onto the circle as we open and as we close. I'm trying to keep my feet flexed here, keep my toes pointing up, out and in. The heels want to lift a little bit. It's okay if they do. We get that slight external rotation because of the circle. Out and in. 5 more. Last 3. And then after this next one, we're going to bring the carriage halfway back in. We're just going to squeeze in and release, in and release. Keep your carriage really still and stable. In and release, in and release for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, and 1. Keep that tension all the way out and back in. Ouchie. Right, we're going to go into some glute bridges now. Just shake the legs out a little bit here. And then the heels are going to come back a little bit wider now onto the foot bar. We're going to be squeezing the circle again in between our legs. Just keep digging your heels in, keep the feet flexed. Shuffle on down, because during the footwork we tend to shuffle quite close to the shoulder rest here. Find your imprinted spine, tilt the pelvis again, and then peel through the spine all the way to the top of your bridge. Give the circle an extra squeeze at the top, release, and then roll down through the spine. come back onto the carriage. As soon as the pelvis is down in neutral, again, you're going to tilt back and peel all the way up. Squeeze a circle at the top, release, and then roll down through the spine. Really slowly. The circle just adds an extra dynamic into our workout today. I think it's most of my clients' least favourite prop. Definitely gets that burn. Like a wave, peeling all the way down one vertebrae at a time. I'm checking my alignment in the mirrors the whole time here. In and release. Come all the way down. On this next one, I'm going to peel all the way up. The same again. I'm going to try and keep the carriage really still. I'm going to hold the arms up. Try and keep my glutes high. I'm just going to squeeze in and release. In and release. For 6. For 5. For 4. For 3. Last 2. And last one. Release and then roll down through the spine. It's really tempting to drop our glutes as we focus on the squeezes, but it's important that we keep them active, keep them lifted the whole time. The inner thighs are getting that straight away. Take your left foot inside one handle and pull down onto the other handle. You can lift the chest here or you can stay down. As we hold that leg out nice and long, pull it in a little bit closer towards us to stretch out the hamstrings. And then let's swap over. Pull it in a little bit tighter. And then release. Lovely, guys. Come and sit up now. We're going to move into some upper body. So I'm going to give you a choice here. You can either take a medium or a heavy spring. So some of my clients would like to do this on a red. Some want to stay on a blue. So you can pick what feels good for you. And then you're going to take the circle with you. We're going to take a wide kneeling position. So we're going to be sitting back onto our heels, but the knees are quite wide. So we're going to make a V shape with the legs here. We're going to take our left hand onto that front loop, the big loop. And we're going to hold that left hand with the loop on one handle. The right hand has just the right side of the circle. So from here, we're going to lower the circle down in between our legs. Take a nice deep inhale. As you exhale, you're going to sweep the arms up nice and high and then back down again. Sweep the arms up and then back down. So we're aiming to keep that lovely straight line up and down. The lighter tension you have may be harder to control this. So trial and error with different tensions and find what feels good for you. Up and down. We're keeping the torso square. We're keeping our shoulders level the whole time here as you bring the arms up and down, up and down. Optional extra here, just make sure your knees aren't too close towards the edge of the carriage. If you're going to do this, we're going to combine some lower body. So you're going to sweep up onto your knees, tucking your tailbone under at the top, and then release back down onto the heels as the circle comes back towards the carriage between the knees. Up again with the arms. Keep that same line. Try not to lose control of that straight line. Up and down with the circle. Keep working with your breathing. Try not to rush it. We want to keep this control. The slower the better. Four more. My knees are clicking. Last 3. Thanks to the cold weather. Last 2. And then on this next one, we're going to stay up on our knees. You're going to lower the circle down to chest height. All you're going to do is bring the circle to the chest and then take it out in front. Bring the circle to the chest and then take it straight ahead. So we're trying to keep that straight line with the circle in and forwards, in and forward. Keep the circle at the same height, in and out. Core stays nice and tight. Make sure your tailbone is still tucked under. We don't want to be arching. We don't want to open our chest here. Keep everything in neutral. In and out. For 5. Last 3. And last 1. Lovely. Come back onto your heels. Close the carriage and place that strap back onto that hook. Let's go into some lower body. So let's step now onto the left side. Your left foot's going to be on the floor. You want your right toes to be tucked under as that knee stays down onto the carriage. The circle handle is on the left side of the foot bar now. Your right hand is going to just lightly press in that other side, that other handle. We want the circle to stay at the same angle here. Your left hand's going to come onto your hip. As you hinge forward, keep the weight through that left heel, open the carriage, and then extend through that left leg, coming up nice and tall in the body to close the carriage. All the way out with the carriage. Light tension only on that circle. We don't want to change the shape of the circle. We also don't want to roll it forward. We're going to keep it at that same angle the whole time here. Hinging forward as you lunge into it, and then extend through that leg nice and tall. Down and up. Good. Let's do a couple more like this before we add the arms in with the circle. We should be able to lift our left toes. All the weight is through that heel. Just a light tension only on the circle. See if you can send your hips down a little bit further every single time. Close the carriage, but keep everything the same, other than the hands are both going to have the circle now. Hold the circle at the chest. And then from here, we're going to press the circle away as we lunge, and we're still hinging forward. We're going to sweep the arms back. The circle comes back to the chest. And then we're going to sweep them forward, reaching all the way out as we press the circle away, sweeping it back to the chest. Really think about lengthening the spine. As you extend the arms out, you're lengthening through the entire body, all the way out to that nice extension, still keeping the weight through the heel, and then back in. All the way out again. Sweep the circle back to the chest. Lovely. We're going to do a couple more, and then we're going to add in some twists. All the way out and in again. All the way out and in. Now on this next one, you're going to hold the lunge. You're now going to keep the carriage really still as you twist to the left. Take the circle back to the center. Bring the circle back to the chest as you close the carriage. Reach the circle away. Keep the carriage still as you twist to the left. Back to the center, and then bring the circle back in to the chest. See how still you can keep the carriage every single time you twist. Remember to keep the weight through your left heel, not the toes. Out and twist to the center, back in. 3 more. And last one. Bring the carriage all the way back in. Lovely. From here, we're going to swivel around to face the back now. So what we want is to be seated about halfway up onto the carriage. Our legs are either going to be stacked or parallel, and they're going to go onto the headrest. So they're going to feed through the shoulder rest here. You need the circle with you. Take your hands inside the short loops, and then both hands come onto both handles. You're going to hold the circle nice and wide here. So you want to be sitting high on the sit bones. The arms are going to go out away from you. So the circle is going to be in line with the chest, but directly in front, away from the chest. All you're going to do is sweep the circle overhead and then take it back down. Sweeping the circle overhead and then back down to chest height. Try not to lean back like this. We don't want this. We want you to stay nice and tall, nice and high on the sit bones. It's really tempting as we work into our arm extensions, into our shoulder work, to lean back. We want to take that comfort in leaning back to get that range, but that's all part of the fun, to stay nice and high on the sit bones. Try not to bring the shoulders up towards the ears as you bring the circle up and down again. Up and down. Good. 4, Last 3. Last 2. And last 1. Lovely, guys. Take the circle back to the chest. Roll the shoulders out a little bit. And then from here, we're going to work into our roll downs, into our C curves. So you're going to take the circle back to the chest. And then from here, we're going to scoop the belly in really nice and tight as we roll all the way down to our lower C curve, our lowest point of control. Take your arms out straight, and now you're going to round through the spine, tucking the chin towards the chest as you come up like a wave, nice and tall. If you need to be close to the shoulder rest, feel free to shuffle on forward. Hold the arms out straight. Don't worry that the tension is going to be a little bit loose again to begin with. We're going to get that tension as soon as we bring the circle to the chest. And then you're going to scoop the belly in nice and tight, curving all the way through the spine. Lovely control. Take the arms out straight. And then rounding up nice and high on the sit bones to finish. Good. 4 more like this, please. Circle into the chest, scooping all the way down to that lower C curve. Take the arms out straight and then rounding up nice and tall. For 3 more like this. Last 2. Think of a wave as you roll all the way down, 1 vertebrae at a time. And just like a wave as you come back up. Last time. Into the chest, scooping all the way down. Take the arms out long, tucking the chin towards the chest. Try not to lift the feet as you come up nice and high. Well done, guys. Place both your straps back onto their hooks. From here, let's take our wide kneeling position now, facing the other side. So you're going to have your knees wide. You're going to be right into the center of the carriage here. You're going to sit back onto your heels to begin with. Make sure you've got that lovely V in the legs. Your right hand is going to have the big loop. And then your left hand's just going to have the other side of the handle. Right hand also has the handle. So from here, you're going to have the circle down between the knees. You're going to reach the arms up and back down. So you're looking for that lovely long line with the circle up and down again. Reach the arms up and down. Keep that lovely long line. Keep the shoulders down, away from the ears as you reach them up and down. And then when you're ready for a bit more, we're going to add the lower body now. So very carefully, you're going to come up onto your knees. Make sure you're not too close to the edge of the carriage. You may want to shuffle back a little bit first, all the way up and down. Looking for that lovely long line with the circle again as we take it up and back down. Make that diamond shape in between the legs every single time we come up and down. 4 more. Last 3. Last 2. And last 1. Stay on your knees. Lower the circle down to chest height. We're just going to bring the circle into the chest, out away from the chest. Keep tucking your tailbone under, into the chest, away from the chest. Keep that lovely long line. In and out. In and out. Core stays nice and tight. Lovely. We're only moving the carriage just a fraction here. In and out for 3. Last 2. Last 1. Come back onto your heels. Close the carriage. Place your strap back. Lovely, guys. Straight into those lunges now on the right side. Your right foot's going to be on the floor. Left toes tucked under. That knee is going to be down onto the carriage. And then you want the circle to be pressed in to that right side. So your left hand can lightly press on the other side. Your right hand has your hip. You're going to bend into that right knee as you lunge and then extend through that leg, keeping the weight through the heel. Think about engaging the glutes the whole time as you keep the weight through that heel. Keep the weight through the heel so you could lift the toes at any point. down and up. If you're finding this is too easy on the same spring that you've picked for the rest of the workout, whether it's the medium or the light, you can add more tension on. Keep leveling the hips off. I always say with our lunges, just add on as much tension as you can whilst you keep that control. So you're keeping everything level. As soon as you start to sink into the other side, and you're finding that hard to control, then take some off. We're going to do a couple more before we add our arms in. Hinging forward a little bit more. And then take the circle to the chest now as we extend through the right leg. I'm feeling the shakes already. From here, we're going to reach the circle forward as we hinge down and then sweep it back to the chest as we bring the carriage back in. All the way forward, still thinking about lengthening through the spine as you really reach the circle out. Sweep it back to the chest. All the way forward. And back in, just bending and extending through that right leg out and back in, out and in. Keep working with your breathing, please. Don't forget about the breath. Try not to hold it here. See how much you can still hinge forward. You may feel like you're not going to go as low now. We had the circle on the foot bar as a bit of a guide before, but now it's all with us. As we have the circle in both hands. 3 more before we add our twists. Remember to keep the weight through the heel. I know I keep saying it, but it really will support your knee. Keep the glutes engaged a little bit more. And then on this next one, guys, we're going to hold the carriage still as we hold our lunge. Can you twist to the right, back to the middle, and then sweep the circle back to the chest. Press all the way out again. Sweep to the right, keep the carriage really still. Every single time we twist, we're trying not to move it. Keeping that stability in the lower body as we isolate into the upper body for 4. For 3. Last 2. And last 1. Bring the carriage all the way back in. Let's shake the legs out a little bit here. For our final section, guys, we need 1 medium and 1 light spring. So we're going to go into some core work. So for me, that's 1 red and 1 blue. I'm going to come and lie on my back now. So come on back to the end of the carriage. Make sure, again, you're not too close to the shoulder rest. Lengthen both arms up as you hold the circle directly over the chest. You're going to bring the knees in towards you, and then you're going to tuck your chin towards the chest. You're going to shoot your legs up together towards the ceiling. You're then going to bend them in towards you and then lengthen them forwards on top of the foot bar. Bend them in towards you. You're going to stay lifted here. Keep focus on impressing the lower back into the carriage as much as you can. Don't worry if you need to move the circle around a little bit to accommodate here. Depending on your mobility, you're either going to hold it exactly where it is, or you may have to make some adjustments. Really bring the knees in towards you, lengthen the legs up, bring them in again, take them forward. Apologies if you may have some shaky legs after all those lunges. And out, that lovely circle. It's got a lot to answer for. Up nice and long, in and straight ahead for 4 more like this, please. Point through the toes as you shoot the legs inside the circle and as you lengthen them forward. Ooh, bring them in nice and tight towards you. For 2. And last 1. And relax, come back onto the carriage. Take the knees down to each side. Our final section is going to have the circle in between our knees. So dip them down to each side. And then when you're ready, I'm going to go back between your knees. And then you're going to reach back and take your short loops. So allow the legs to squeeze the circle here as you lift the feet off the foot bar like a wide tabletop. Lengthen the arms up towards the sky and then lower them down. Hover them about an inch above the carriage. Lift them back up. Try and exhale as you lower the arms down. Inhale as you lift them back up again. Try not to lose your imprinted spine. Keep pressing your back in to the carriage as much as you can. Down and up. We're going to do a couple more and then we're going to add our chest lifts. And then on this next one, guys, press your lower back in. You're going to curl up, looking between the circle, and then look back towards the ceiling or the sky, wherever you can see, whatever you can see above you. Every single time you come back down. See if you can lift the chest a little bit higher. Every single time. Try not to bring the knees in towards you. Try and keep the knees wide, but above the hips. Keep pressing your lower back in every single time you curl up. Pressing the palms away. You want the arms to be about an inch above the carriage, maybe a couple of inches, but try and keep it just an inch above the carriage. Keep pressing your lower back in. Every single time you lift. Keep it strong for the final few here. On this next one, guys, as you curl up, can you stay lifted? Shoot the legs out long, squeezing into the circle. Bring them back in. Lower the head back down. Arms come back up. Curling up again. Take the legs out nice and long. Bring them back in. And then lower them back down. 4 more like this. For 3. Last 2. And last one, please. Come all the way back. Take your feet onto the foot bar. The circle is now going to go in between the lower part of the leg, so halfway between the knees and the ankles. The feet are going to go inside the big loops. So allow your feet to come inside those big loops. Don't worry if they're still a little bit shaky. You're going to take the circle and line it up so it's parallel between both legs here. We can squeeze the circle. We're going to lower the legs down towards the springs. Lift them back up. Lower them down towards the springs. Only a light tension is what we need. Onto that circle, down and back up, stopping before the tailbone starts to lift. Really focus on holding your neutral spine, so you don't need to press the back in now. You can allow the natural curvature of the spine to relax. Just make sure you're not flaring the ribs. Keep drawing the ribs down. Still want to keep everything engaged in our neutral spine. Down and up with control. On this next one, we're going to lower the legs to 45 degrees. You're then going to bend the knees in towards you and lengthen them up towards the ceiling. Lower them down as you point the toes to 45 degrees. Lengthen them in towards you and up. Down to 45. Bend them in towards you. Lengthen up and down. If your thighs aren't completely dead, you can squeeze a little bit more into that circle. You can change the shape just slightly. We don't need to squeeze it in half, but just keep that tension onto the circle for 3 more. And then we're going to draw some nice circles to finish, guys. Last 2. And last 1. Oh, and relaxed. Release that circle. Throw it down onto the floor. The legs are dead, I know, especially these inner thighs. We'll do a nice little stretch for them. Let's draw a few circles, guys. So point the toes down together towards the springs and then flex them as you circle them around here, stopping when the feet are over the hips, and then lower them down again towards the springs. Open them out as you circle them around. Keep the tailbone heavy. Join them together above the hips and then lower them down. Keep your pelvis level. You can keep your hands onto your pelvis area just to make sure everything is staying really stable. We don't want to be wobbling around here. Everything is neutral. Onto the carriage, one more like this, and then we're going to open around the other way now. So from the top now, can you point the toes as you sweep the legs around away from each other, join them together above the springs, and then flex them on the way up. Keep the tailbone heavy, open them around as you sweep them together above the springs, and then flex them on the way up. Open them out again as you sweep them around, join them together above the springs, and take them up for 5 more. And then we'll go into our nice stretch for 4, last 3, last 2, and last 1. Amazing, guys. Draw your right knee in towards you. Open your left leg over to the left side. We'll just hold this nice stretch for the inner thighs. Try and keep your hips square towards the sky here. So try not to lift off that right side. Keep everything heavy on both sides. You can take hold of the straps if you want more. Come back to the center. Let's swap them over. Draw your left knee in towards you. Open your right leg over to the right side. Keeping both sides really heavy again. And bring the legs back to the center. Draw the knees in towards you. Very carefully release your feet from the loops as you allow the carriage to close. With control, place the straps back onto the hooks. Oh, super stuff, guys. Well done. That's the end of our workout with the magic circle. I really hope you enjoy it. Please let me know if you feel the burn and if you give it a go. And I will see you guys soon. Take care.